Raphael Grosswort is with me, the CEO of No Limit Technology Holdings. And I know your share sale is now live, Raphael. Could you bring me up to date on how that is going, what you're looking for, what you plan to do with the capital raise?
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure. It's been an interesting process, a little bit longer than I thought, but hey, we got there and we're basically just stepping out. So we really don't know how is it going in terms of that aspect, but I felt a lot of interest in the whole subject in our company. And Reg CF offers an opportunity to raise up to $5 million. We're raising 4.9 because we had to do a technical raise for 100. So now we're at the $4.9 million Reg CF raise. And really what we're bringing is technology, bringing what cryptocurrency, the benefits of cryptocurrency, the benefits of smart contract applied to real world situations where there's financial transactions involved to make it much more efficient. And in our case, in the case of gambling, gaming, sports betting, it's a transformational situation where you are bringing technology that's going to allow you to place bets on multiple platforms rather than now. Let's say you've got $1,000 budget to bet, you send it over to your operator, DraftKings, Caesars, MGM, and you're basically locked into them. You can't, if you have a better deal at another book. And what we're bringing, it's a buzzword right now, learn it, Web3. It means everything is decentralized. It's the next phase of the internet, the next phase of money. It's basically a decentralization. In our case, it's a hybrid decentralization. We decentralize the money, the important part for you, and we don't decentralize the control of where the platforms operate. So that stays centralized, which is good for us in terms of government compliance. Mm-hmm. So it's a transformational move. It's the blockbuster effect could happen to the big, huge operators that don't see it coming. And basically what we're saying is, there's 480 million on the books of DraftKings in terms of client deposits. What we're saying is there shouldn't even be a single dollar now with Web3 wallet technology that, of course, No Limit Coin will be part of, but it's really any token, any coin should never be in the hands of a platform anymore. Yeah. So that's what we're bringing, the No Limit betting protocol. We're selling shares in the company, and we feel that once we sell out, we don't need to scale that much because right now, DraftKings is spending their way into oblivion. They were at $70 billion. Now they're down to $13 billion, and they do a great job, and they're a great company, and they serve as a model for me. But, they trip over themselves just throwing so much money at marketing. The analysts were expecting 500 million, came in at 9. So boom, there goes the stock. And it's bad for the peers, right? And I feel like a peer, even though we're not there yet, but that's our target. That's where we want to be.
You're in the same kind of world that they are. So, and I know a lot of these mobile betting sites are heavily taxed. I think in New York, it's like 54% or something crazy. So that's another kind of headwind that they're fighting.
Well, it's I don't want to use a vulgar term, but it's basically you pay, you have to pay the partners. Okay. Right. And they're the partners. They control the state. They get they're the gatekeepers. And that's why it's not about who has the most money right now. Yes, DraftKings has $1 billion in the bank. Okay, now you got to spend it, right? What else can you do with it? And it's not the way to do it because I don't see technology advances. And with us, that's what you're going to see. You're going to see technology advances. And the most important part that has emerged from the technology shift that we offer is responsible gaming. And I was a little kind of like shocked when somebody said it. And I said, that's right. Because imagine that you're a player, you've got money at a platform versus you've got the money, 2 feet away from you in a wallet. You're going to be more responsible when there it is 2 feet away from you and it's not like it's over there, because that's the excuse a lot of problem gamblers will have. Oh, it's Friday, I can't get my money till Monday, I'll just gamble a little bit. Boom, Monday morning, no more money.
Okay. Interesting. And you're using smart contracts. So that's like kind of that's the killer app here, right? For no limit.
Well, it's a trustless contract, right? Basically, it's a situation where there is no arbitrator and there is no somebody you have to comply with. I mean, you have to comply with the conditions of the contract. And what happens is, for example, we bring a solution which is called the wholesale betting exchange, book-to-book.bet, where we're going to invite the largest sportsbooks operators to come and exchange risk positions through crypto and smart contracts. And they could do $10 million operations. And we never have to intervene in terms of platform operators. That's, it's the same principle. Everything goes, rather than to some kind of a centralized platform operator that has, too much leverage and too much power in that equation. You go into kind of like a level playing field, smart contract, where all the conditions are known at the beginning. The money goes into the smart contract, contest over, money comes back out. This guy won, some fees to this, burn some fees for the blockchain, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Now, where can somebody go to find out more about the share sale?
Right there, it's No Limit Crowdfund.
Okay.
.com. That's where you can buy shares. The shares are 70 cents. Minimum is $500. If you're accredited, you can buy as much as you want. You want to buy 1%, that would be 200,000, right? So anything in the middle. And, that's what we're going to do with the money. We're going to put it to work towards completing that technology that we've applied for various temporary patents. We're moving in with the non-provisionals, and we're going to build a very extensive IP portfolio. It's one of the main priorities, not just deploying successful solutions, successful platforms, and letting others deploy their platforms on top of the betting protocol. It's basically building an IP portfolio in terms of patents, and that's a very important aspect of this company, No Limit Technology Holdings. So we've got a long road ahead of us, but we have tremendous advantages even over the most well-funded companies, because we bring pure energy that's coming from the crypto world. Mm-hmm. And until you see it and you see it operate and see the effect it's going to have, it's going to be akin to what we see, the amount of money that's now moving through crypto markets versus only banks. And, credit card companies are wondering, how they're going to, figure themselves out. Right. And we're going to bring those crypto solutions to, one of the big, we're not going to reinvent anything. We're not inventing games. We're taking existing games with $200 billion businesses. Basically, I call it $1 billion a day almost. And we're going to transform it. Mm-hmm. And they're going to have no choice. Right now, there's maybe $3 to $4 billion on deposit in terms of all the combined sports books. There's 480 on DraftKings, probably over 500 now from the last financial. So there's a lot of money there that could come back to the wallets of those people, and they could decide, hey, I don't want to play at DraftKings. I want to play at FanDuel or any of the other ones who has the better deal. Once you put up the deposit, you're locked in. So we're gonna really try to push for this narrative, and the responsible gaming will benefit tremendously also. So those are two major aspects.
And like you said, I mean, you don't know if the big players at the moment are spending all their money on marketing and not on improving the technology, and that may be kind of the edge that you have to be able to compete with them, is what I'm hearing.
I mean, it sounds like a little thing, like a little check mark on a big list of items that it takes to be DraftKings. But the technology aspect, the solution aspect that we've got on the table, the aspect that we're pursuing our IP, through the whole process in terms of, very narrow technological advances in that aspect also is very important. And we're going to welcome all those larger operators to what we call book-to-book.pet. We're saying, hey, let's take this protocol. Let's let the large operators start offsetting their risk that way using smart contracts. And those smart contracts, I mean, you could put $20 million into a smart contract and not worry about it because you can insure that smart contract. And there's something called a DeFi fund where people will be able to invest in a DeFi fund that's going to fund retail sports books in a legal way. So an American can't gamble. Right now, we can't provide service to the United States, but an American can invest in a company that's legally doing it. We're out of Curacao with a license. We're operating as a U.S. company, following U.S. rules, U.S. compliant, U.S. everything.
Yeah. Well, and I encourage people to take a look at the site and to learn more about it and explore this potential new investment opportunity. So thank you so much, Rafael.
Always great to be with Jane King, the great one.